Hello everybody. As I promised on the Facebook, I'll do some video on twin flame and the guilt. How that changes perceptions inside of you, because the guilt isn't actually on two levels. Number one, the guilt it's gonna be felt on an old three-dimensional a body thing, and society whatever created inside of you, and that's gonna versus the guilt that it's felt inside of the soul. And just for the people out there, it's that the guilt is that when a person believes or realize they did something wrong of their own standards or the standards of the society as a moral thing. And as far as the moral goes, what's happening is when the two twin flames meet together, the morals actually is changing, because the moral it's not what you used to know. The moral is changing in you, because everything goes upside down. Your ego is not anymore in charge. The soul takes over to convert everything inside of you. So as soon as the moral standards are changing, so your beliefs and your realizations are changing. At the beginning, when you meet with your twin flame, your belief system it's in the old way. He's married, or she's married. Oh well, he has kids, or she has kids. I don't know how to approach it. I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. And at the same time, the soul inside of it is like, hey, she's the only one, he's the only one. You have to do something. You have to say something. So over the time, you break in those patterns inside of you, and you either send a letter like most of the twin flames does, or you go ahead and have verbal conversation. The gazing it's on a very very powerful level, but what I'm talking about here is that the moral standards are changed, simply because if you would love your twin just because of the body, you will be ashamed of yourself, and you will not know that the soul love exists, and you will be very very precautious if you're approaching married man or married woman. But since that the love is within the soul doesn't care about that. The soul cares about its relationship with what it needs to be, because finally the soul wants to be home. And that's why the intensity inside of the twin flames between the two units is so much. It's so intense. Specifically at the beginning, they vibrate so fast, so much, and a lot of the twin flames cannot take that vibration so much, and they break it apart. But the guilt, here is the guilt that hits right at the beginning, is the guilt if let's say, like for instance, the one is married, the other is not. The one who is married is gonna start feeling the guilt that well, I'm sleeping next to this spouse, it's person, but my true love it's out there, it's someplace else. And the guilt it's chewing you up day by day, time by time, and you feel that guilt that you're doing something wrong, simply because there can be only one truth exist. The truth that you love your spouse, or the truth that you love your twin, it can be both existing and coexisting in you, either one or the other, and you have no peace. I know some people who are balancing between this, but they've been balancing for 6 years and they have no peace. And if you call that life, then you're doing something wrong right there. And the guilt inside of it, it's like, well, you loved your twin the most. The soul already told you that he or she is the only one in the world. And little by little, that is changing the belief system inside. And your standards are changed. You start not feeling the fear of approaching your twin or talk about free about your twin, simply because that is becoming the truth. The old truth fades out. Your A lot of the twin flames, the usually the one or the other, kind of like says like, you know what, I'm done with my marriage. Here is just so you know, I only love you. Um, and if the other one doesn't work out, or the thing doesn't work out, the one awakened twin, it's gonna be continue going with separation, with the divorce, whatever relationships they are, simply because they are living it in the truth. Because the truth now becomes that they love the twin. They already committed to the twin flame. They already got everything. They cannot feel any more love for somebody else, because the soul inside already made the commitment to the universe, to God. That's like, God, I recognize all this. I understand this is right now a completely different situation, and I don't want to feel guilty that I'm in a relationship with somebody when I have disconnections inside, and I'm lying myself that I am within a relationship with this other person. And the soul inside of it, it's talking to you. It's like, you can basically sin. You can't lie anymore. And the soul, it's little by little works in your conscience to make you that close to the angelic personality, that you obey the right things. You don't hide anymore. You speak your truth. You hate people who are lying. You start respecting more about God. You start respecting more about spirituality. You try to help more and more people. If the persons they crossing you, God bless them souls, they don't want to feel your anger, because your anger, it's completely different. Your anger, it's vibrations in the soul, and all the feelings, as far as affection, anger, um, I mean, whatever you can think, even confidence or ecstasy, we have them, but this time they're inside of the soul as a vibration. And a lot of people will know that when you suffer for your twin, the suffering inside of the soul, it just shows up. It just creates these vibrations on a very deep stage of vibrations that even the grief inside of the twin flame, it's so incredibly strong that a lot of the people, when they see you grieving, they're just like, they can't believe that level of grief can exist. They don't. They see that it's out of this world. Or you love, if they feel you love. And it's the same thing with the guilt. The guilt, it's the same thing, that you're doing something wrong. That's why the twin flames takes us on a journey to go ahead and clear everything that needs to be cleared out. Specifically, first to have this balance in the soul, and to have this balance of emotions inside of it, because you learn in the beginning how to balance the emotions within the body, how to balance the emotions with the vibrations within the heart. But as soon as you meet your twin flame, you open up the channels of the vibrations inside of the soul. Now you have to learn all that. because if you don't control those vibrations inside of the soul, you can be very close to your twin. A lot of the twins, they start feeling the guilt of not being the right person, not being with in the right place. The guilt, it's very common to um, demisexuality. I will repeat what the demisexuality is, that most of the twin flames, they get to this stage when they cannot feel sexual attractions to nobody. I mean, nobody but their twin. And if even if they look somebody with love or have this heart feeling on it, there always something happening. They cannot get in a relationship with somebody else. Um, this is not only my personal experience talking about. I've been talking to some of the other twin flames, and actually there was a person who's like, you know what? If you want more man tells me that I'm a woman and I didn't have it for 3 years, and they think I'm lying, they think something wrong, because the emotions deep inside of the soul, the that internal marriage within twin flames is so strong. So basically, the guilt inside of the soul does not give you permission you to get in a different relationship. And most of the people, they will say, well, you can find another one, you can go ahead, there is plenty of fish in the water, in the ocean, you can go ahead and blah blah blah. Well, meet your twin flame, go ahead, establish a connections inside of the soul, have this internal marriage inside of you, and after that you try to cheat, see that it's not going to happen. A lot of the twin flames, they feel that, and there is some people who actually, they go back to the ego-based love, and when they taste it and they come back, they're like, oh my gosh, this is the worst mistake I ever made. And this is how you learn the lesson on it, and you feel that guilt inside of it, like you really cheat on your twin. As far as your twin goes, if your twin is a runner, they probably are still underneath the ego. If they're not awakened, they're still under the old system, the ego inside. They probably doesn't feel like what the heck is wrong with them yet. But the connection that is between you and them, it's inseparable, and they will feel you. They will know that there was something special about you. Over the time, the soul actually will teach him, and will do the things. Um, Here's the main problem with that, specifically with the twins, is that the runner, usually is the man. He goes to the man cave and tries to get information on something he doesn't understand. Usually the man, the way he works, it's that he closes himself out and he's like, oh, I can fix this, I can find the answers, I can look it up, everything, oh, I will definitely know what to do with it, and goes over days and days and days until they're like, no, it's gotta be something else, I gotta be looking for something that I have no clue what I'm looking for, but I gotta be something. Compared to the female, right away, she looks books, she looks videos, she looks articles, posts, Facebook, friends, everything that the woman can get her hands on, and she figured out that she's in a twin flame. And usually, when the woman is in a twin flame, she start having this um, kind of like I want to say panic, but like this, oh my gosh, he's the only one, oh my gosh, he's the only one, I have to talk to him, I have to see him, I have to talk to him, I have to see him. Probably texting, probably a lot of talking, probably a lot of desire to be with it in the physical. until that they learn that first they have to be established connection with the soul. Not on that. And a lot of the twins will feel the guilt of I should have not looked at it in a sexual way. I should have looked at it as a soul way. I should have done this different way. Well, it's a part of the lessons. It's a part of what you need to learn on your journey. And some of the twins, the male actually, what it does is that it comes to the point. It's like, you know what? I'll surrender. I'll give up. I'm gonna talk to this girl. See what happened. I'm gonna be talking to it. I'm gonna overcome this fear, and this is when the man actually mans up. The man actually comes and having this action of wants to solve the situation, and then the female, she's like, you know what, I have to surrender to this. He's gonna do what he's got to do. If he comes in, I'm ready. I can explain it to him. And this is what happens, that the one looks the same information, the ones that are wants to give the same information, and that's how the communication start happens. But the first the communication will happen in the soul, not in the real world. There's gonna be these communications between the twins, like they're gonna be reviewing the times they were together, how beautiful the love was, how beautiful everything was, compared to, let's say, like when they were aggravated, they were angry, they were fighting each other, because the love was actually within the soul, and what they were fighting over each other was the ego, the need of the physical. So there's gonna be this guilt inside of the twins that, well, I should have not been angry. I should have sent him all these nasty text messages. Oh, I should have. I feel guilty of even call him at his work. I was chasing him. Oh, I looked his profile on Facebook. He's been posting this post, and I feel so bad, and I sent him a so nasty blah blah stuff. And it's a lesson, and the guilt, to feel guilty, it's part of the lessons and the evolution and the growth within the twin flames. And if you feel guilty, let's say like you feel guilty that they're in a family, they have kids, and but they still connect to me, they're still contacting me. We need to know what to do. The soul always knows what to do. This love connection wouldn't happen between the two twin flames. It was not meant to be. So don't feel a guilt of what it is, because whatever was built before you met your twin is actually that was the lesson for you that you need to learn. Because everything that you're going to do from now on, it's going to be based of the twin flame relationships. It doesn't matter if you awaken or not, you beginning, because during the recognition stage, the one soul actually connect with the other, and that connection is connected. You can't do anything anymore. It stays like this. It doesn't matter how much you pull or how much you push to get together, until the divine or God says, okay, you are ready, you can merge, you can be together. There's nothing going to be happening into it. Unless you came in with a special divine mission to work for God and you surrender, then the unawakened twin will be awakened by forces far beyond anything. And I don't wish that kind of awakening to those souls, because this is going to be very powerful. don't feel guilty of who you are now. You're evolving human being that right now have to learn its all its feelings. Doesn't matter what it is. Uh, you have the feelings, let's say, for gratitude. You are different as a gratitude personality now. Um, you don't have any more pride as what you were. Now you have a pride on a completely different level of evolution. Your self confidence as personality probably was very low. Now your self confidence is boosted up by the soul, which is very high. Um, the trust, you trusting more what you feel through your soul, not what you feel like based like everybody else. People can talk to you about hater, or they can be envy or whatever. They can be embarrass you. The soul knows the truth, and don't be feel guilty that you spoke to yourself the truth. A lot of the twin flames are hiding out there, and they feel guilty of what's the society thinks, or what's the society do. The society is society. Society create a frame. It's a frame, like a picture frame, right there, right behind me. That painting. That's it. That's what the society create. You have to fit on that. If you don't fit on that, you don't exist. Well, boo. You exist, you are out there, you're doing something completely different. You have the rights to walk out of this room, go outside, and go do whatever you want to do. You are not that picture frame. That picture frame was made for the society, not for a twin flame. Twin flame cannot bow in the front of the society. Twin flame cannot bow on anything. Twin flame came in to break all patterns, to break all beliefs, to increase this confidence inside, this love inside of the soul, to showing up as a vibration within the soul, and to explain how the real things are going, and not like the sleeping personality you are. Because what happens within the twin flames is um, it's emotions within the soul. It's a spirituality, emotions. To picture this, maybe you should probably watch The Matrix, when Neo's waking up into the tube and realize, well, it's not the reality that I know. I'm on this tube with liquid. I'm at this place and I look in all those plastic tubes, and there is some people in there, and I don't know what's going on. Now I see those machines, they popping out of my body, and I'm drowning down. I have no clue what's going on with me. So same thing is with the twin flames. The twin flames get a wake up inside of the soul, and during the initial vibrations within the two units, uh, within the same vibrations, that cause a lot of problems. And the guilt, definitely, it's one of those things that you have to learn to overcome it. And the way to overcome it is by one thing: saying the truth, the one truth that you feel, and that truth is the one from the soul. After that, there is no guilt you're gonna feel, simply because you're living by the truth. And whoever lives by the truth, he never says the lie. So if he doesn't say the lie, you're not gonna be compromised yourself towards your beliefs or your moral standard, simply because you're living by your moral standard. And that is my advice to you: that do the right things, say the right things, live by the right things, and the guilt is not gonna be any more issue to you as far as a twin flame. Everybody else can tell you, well, you love a married man, or you love a married woman. You can tell them to zip it up. They don't know what they're talking about. Love is love. It wouldn't happen if it wouldn't happen. There is a lady I just talked to today. There is an age gap of 15 years between them. What are you gonna do? It's love. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be saying the lies, or are you gonna live in by your truth? And that's why the guilt it's coming in to tell you, hey, live by example, be the example, live by the truth. You say the truth. You love that person, go ahead, say it. Uh, there is nothing wrong. You to hide the truth. The guilt who comes in is like, what are you lying? You love that other person. Why you tell your other significant other I love you when you don't? And that is the guilt I don't wish to a lot of twins to experience, because when the awakening of the soul comes in, that guilt kicks in right away. And the last thing, please listen to your soul. Stop listen whatever other people telling you, specifically people who's got no clue about spirituality, or no clue about twin flames at all. Because you can create a guilt inside of you that you didn't take the right actions at the right time, at the right moment, and that can cause you problems not only in you, but it can cause problems in your twin flame, and also can cause problems with the environment where you are. I'm talking about the closest persons to you are. Um, we're talking about kids, we're talking about spouses, we're talking about relatives on it. The twin flames is a journey, so you can listen your soul, not go ahead and listen to society of something they have no clue what happened to you. So whatever you do, listen your soul and be love.